It's so warm here in the UK. It's been like this for days now, but whatever, enough complaining for one day. Hello everyone and welcome to another video where today we'll be picking up on this project, which hopefully this time won't try to kill me, because as seen in the last episode, the graphics card set itself on fire. So hopefully today we won't have an experience like this, but just we'll be finishing it off, actually getting an OS installed and playing some games. So let's get started, shall we? So for the graphics card, I decided to go with my Quadro 2000, which I just had spare, because I literally have no other graphics cards for any kind of time period. But if you have any suggestions for any kind of cards or any eBay links for any cards from around 2008, 2009, then please do send my way. However, the fact that this card is from 2010 doesn't stop it from still being pretty bad, let's be honest. In fact, my GTS 250, this thing, the thing that set on fire last time, literally even outperforms it. The Quadro 2000 really is that slow, but whatever. Hopefully in the future, maybe I'll get a better graphics card for this project. Now for the OS drive, I'll be going with this 80GB IDE drive I just have lying around, for no other reason apart from that, while I already have it, and I don't have any SATA drives lying around, which I could use for it instead. So let's connect it up via this IDE cable I have installed already. Let's just unscrew it in, because sadly this case doesn't have those really awesome toolless drive mounts. And let's just try to get an OS installed. The OS I decided to go with is Windows XP with Service Pack 3. Now with a 2008-2009 era PC, there's basically three choices. It's either XP, Vista, or Windows 7. But even though I decided to go with XP for now, probably in the future I'll have a video of upgrading this PC to Windows Vista and seeing if it really is as bad as everyone says, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. So of course I need to burn out a Windows XP Service Pack 3 installed, and there it is, still freshly baked. And people make fun of me for having an optical drive on my PC. Well anyway, it's finally time to get Windows XP installed, so let's get going. And that's not good. Yeah, for some reason it was having a weird breakdown over the fact that it was no apparently EULA file, so I basically just re-burned it and it was fine, so I have no idea what was going on. And once it's all installed, that's not where the fun ended, because now I had to install all the drivers, because it's Windows XP, so there's basically nothing installed by default. It's not as plug and play as nowadays, so you kids have it easy. And man, do I have to say that I fell out of practice with XP, and I used it for quite a few years back in the good old times, back when ice cream companies weren't talking about defunding the organizations that keep us safe. But yeah, I've definitely fallen out of practice, so it did take a bit getting used to. Maybe it was just me being spoiled by, how simple Windows 10 is to navigate and do anything in. Oh, and I also downloaded Chrome because I only have so much patience. But then I ran into a very annoying problem. You see, because XP is so old and barely any browser supported nowadays, every single time I try to connect to any kind of page on Google, it will just throw out an error saying that it cannot validate the certificate because it just has no idea what it is. So I decided to do some tinkering. And by that I mean I just read some tutorial online. And the trick is that you can basically, import pretty much any modern certificate. You just have to go to whatever browser you're having troubles with, go into the certificates and just export it and boom, you're done. But while I was on the internet, I tried a few things. Number one is try to get Origin installed, because at least according to EA, it should work on it. And I've tried to get it installed because I want to play a certain EA game from around the time, you probably know which one, on this PC. And I don't have a physical copy of it, I just have it on Origin. And even though it's supposed to work, it just didn't. I was just getting an error every single time. I looked online, trying to find some solutions, but of course not many people are trying to run Origin on an XP machine. So if you have any ideas on what to do about this error, please let me know. Or if you want to, help me get a physical copy of said game, which you probably know which one it is, that I really want to run on this PC, then support me on Patreon. It's going to be down in the video description below. So then I tried Steam, and maybe tried to install some era-appropriate games I have on there, like Oblivion for example. But sadly, that didn't work either. I just got a message outright saying that it's not supported on XP, so that wasn't fun either. So instead I dug into my collection to try to find something else, and I decided to go with something by EA that probably wouldn't just crash and burn on me on this PC. Something very special to me, probably the first real game I've played, and by real I mean a game that's not just like 8 colors and about as many pixels and all you do is press space when it tells you to press space, and that is this. That's right, it's time to go underground. Now it's all installed already, but look at this. We are going to play this at 3840 by 2160, 32-bit color. Now, I actually haven't played the PC version of this game too much. I've mainly ever played it on a PS2. So I'm curious to see how big the differences are, and also, oh my word, this is so exciting. I haven't seen this, I mean, not in too long. I've played this a few months ago on my PS2, but okay. I'm not even gonna skip this intro, even though probably this music is copyrighted, so I should. So I quickly tabbed out of the game because all the music there is pretty much copyrighted, but I had a crazy idea. You know how the superior and only way, really, of playing racing games is with a controller? I wonder if I can make this work on it. This is so dumb. It probably won't work, but it's worth a try. Okay, yeah, it looks like I may have completely jumped the shark on that one. But, from what I read, it should at least work with an Xbox 360 controller, so I guess I'll just take that. Okay, scratch that, it's the next day, but look at this. It works! You can actually use an Xbox One controller to play a game from 2003 on an OS from 2001. It's over Bluetooth as well. It's just absolutely insane. It's so dumb. I love it. And let me just quickly get into the race here. I had to quickly mute Little John and the East Side Boys here because of copyright. But let's get into a race, and you see it works completely fine. This is so insanely dumb. I love it. And it works even despite the fact that there are no official Microsoft drivers available for this controller on this OS. Look at this. It's working completely fine. There's no trickery here. It just works. Now, the thing is, there are quite a few caveats when it comes to it. It is a bit weird to set up, so I will have a full video talking about how to exactly get this kind of insanely dumb but hilarious setup working in the next few days. So definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. It's going to be such a fun video to make. I can already tell, but let's just play some Need for Speed Underground for now. And as you can see, this PC with its Quadro 2000 card and the Phenom II X4 940 runs this completely fine. Well, to be honest, it is a game from 2003, so it's not too difficult to run, but it's I could play this game all day. This is the game of my childhood. I absolutely love it. I could play it on, and it looks really good as well. So this is on the max settings. However, you can't actually see it, but the resolution isn't 4K. It's not native 4K. It's on a 4K display, running at 4K in Windows and everything. However, this is how the game itself is only rendering in, I believe it's 1024. But despite that, it looks pretty sharp, or at least as sharp as you can get a game from 2003 looking. But yeah, I need to play some Need for Speed Underground. And actually looks way better than the PS2 version, I gotta say. That's the version I'm more used to. I did play some of the PC version before, and I'm also after playing a lot actually of Need for Speed Heat recently, I've been kind of I've grown out of practice with the more floaty controls of this one, and how the physics are loose, to say the least. Yeah, I could play this all day, but let's actually play something that may challenge this PC a bit more. Another game I played a lot back in the day, The Settler 6 from 2007. I actually haven't played this game in quite a while, so I'm not even, like, I like to imagine it looked decent, but it may just be nostalgia goggles playing into this. And also, it's in Polish because I bought this game back in Poland, so, well, not even, so, there we go. I'm Avrona, I am Lord, and I think I usually went for this one, so there we go. Make new profile. New game. Custom game. Sure. Could be. Sure. It's fine. And let's just see what this runs like. And ooh, just looking at a loading screen, I can tell that yeah, I've completely forgotten how dated the graphics look like on this game. I'm also curious to see how fast this loads, because honestly, at first I thought, like, yeah, I'm going IDE for both the OS and all my games. It may take a while, but honestly, like, given that it is a IDE hard drive, the load times aren't as bad as I expected. So I was thinking like, yeah, I probably have to get like a SATA, like some cheap SATA 2 hard drive later on, but no, IDE is way more than enough. Okay, boy, what is this resolution we're running at here? There it is. Here, okay, here we have all our options. So we're currently running at 1024 by 768 and 1280 by 1040. I think that sounds correct to what Need for Speed Underground is running at. What's the highest we can go on this, honestly? 1920 by 1080, 16-bit color. 1440 by 900. Okay, let's try 1920 by 1080, 32-bit. Anti-aliasing, like whatever, doesn't need to be on. Animation levels max. Except I highly doubt this will run at 1080p and max settings, but let's load our game and actually see if it's gonna run. Even the loading screen looks a lot better now. I am kind of scared though. This poor Quadro 2000 is still a pretty weak card. It doesn't even require any additional PCIe power connectors. It draws all the power from the motherboard, and that actually isn't too bad. I can't. Oh yeah, it's not WASD, but back in this day and age, it's arrow keys. There is quite a bit of choppiness whenever you like zoom over to a new area. But look at this. But just look how beautiful this game is. Look, it runs decently even at 1920 by 1080, and this is a game from 2007. So this is actually, I'm actually so surprised it actually works. And look, the graphics wise, like if I zoom in on this warehouse over here, graphics wise it's really sharp actually, even if, with it being, you know, upscaled to 4K from 1080, it all looks really nice and sharp. I'm actually surprised. So yeah, I'm really liking this PC. It can play games completely fine, even more modern ones like Settlers 6 from 2007 and 1080p max settings, all fine. Which is good because I expected performance to maybe suffer when I switched that Quadro 2000 after that GTS 250 I wanted to put in this PC set on fire. So whatever, the performance is fine, but sadly I cannot test quite a few of the games I wanted to, like, you know, the one which I probably don't have to mention the name of, Medal on Airborne, stuff like that. It's all the issue is that I can't get Origin working for some reason despite alleged compatibility. So if I installed any updates I could find. I've you know, looked online for anyone who has any suggestions. Nothing. So if you have any ideas on how to get Origin to work on this PC, let me know. The error message I get every single time is that it failed to upload and just simply redirects me and just simply says to download the latest install, which is the like Windows 10 64-bit one, so of course it won't work. Actually, one more thing I can test right now is video playback. I'm curious to see how that's gonna look. I've seen to see if I can install adblock on this. No, I mean, it's my video, so I'm getting paid, I shouldn't be complaining. Okay, let's go to well, that's interesting. Even though my videos are uploaded in 4K, it's not allowing me to choose that kind of resolution, only 1080p max. So whatever, full screen it, and okay, I'm curious to see what the playback is gonna be like. Okay, let's just skip to where I'm. Ooh, that is quite a bit of lag. Can you see this? Can you see how much like I'm jumping around on this in? Like the audio is fine, everything. It's like trying to be in sync, you can tell, but it's like, yeah, it's like running at like 10 FPS or something, even though. So yeah, it's okay. Video playback may not be the best, but thankfully everything else seems to be fun so far. So let me just quickly pause this and turn it off so I don't have to look at my own ugly face in this video. There we go. So if you have any more ideas on what I can do with this system, let me know down in the comments below. I'm very curious to do something more, experiments, whatever. And also again, I'll be releasing the video on how to connect this up to your Windows XP machine, so definitely stay tuned for that. Support this channel on Patreon if you want to see more cool projects like this. Now, this isn't the last part of this project, but when this project is gonna pick up again just depends on, you know, Patreon and when I have the funds to play around with it again. So next up, I may, you know, switch out a graphics card, something slightly better. Maybe try to, if I can't get Origin working, get like some physical copies of games that I can play on this. Maybe like install Windows Vista, that would be cool, and see if it's really that bad, and see what kind of, if there's any like performance penalty to switching over. And yeah, so this has been a really fun project so far. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and remember, this isn't the end, but I do need your support to make more parts. It doesn't have to be for Patreon, just sharing my videos around, helping my channel grow, so you know, so AdSense paydays are a bit less depressing, then go ahead, that really goes longer as well. You can talk to me about this or whatever else on my Discord if you want to know, if you know, have any suggestions on what I can do with this PC, just, you know, let me know there. And I guess that's really it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to subscribe, like whatever, and I'll see you all in what I look next. Goodbye everyone, goodbye. Now time to get back to playing some Need for Speed Underground.